What's up, everybody? Rob Norman here from Planet Brooklyn Academy, and this is a special edition of Making the Brand. This video doesn't have any intro or anything because this video is a little bit different than my typical videos. This video is kind of more of a personal video to you guys. I wanted to make this video for two reasons. One, I wanted to talk about why I created this YouTube channel, and two, where I see this channel going and what is my vision for this channel and how you guys can help me get there. So I started this YouTube channel back during COVID. Again, everybody was home. It was the perfect opportunity for everyone to start creating YouTube channels. But at the time I was teaching, as you know, I'm a professor at the Fashion Institute of Technology, and we were taking everything from in-class to online, so I was doing online classes. And then my store was closed because of the shutdown. No stores were open, so basically I was home teaching and I was also working with my online store. But it gave me the opportunity to start making content that I thought would really matter. And that content was giving people information on how to start a clothing brand. When I first started my clothing brand, I had no help. Everything I did was by trial and error. I started off a graphic designer by trade. That's why I went to school and got my degree in. But I started off in the music industry, then I went into advertising. And while I was in advertising is when I decided to launch, start my first t-shirt line. And again, as I was doing that, I made a lot of mistakes. I wasted a lot of money. I had no one to turn to. So what I ended up doing was I quit my job in advertising and I started freelancing in fashion. And that's how I started to learn more about the fashion industry. And every company I went to, I would sit with the designer, I sat with production, I sat with the sales team, and I learned everything I could learn. And I jumped from company to company absorbing all this. So eventually, when I was ready to make my brand really go, I knew everything. That's what helped me land my first signed deal with the first clothing brand I launched, my first major brand. Because I had so much background in it and I was working at the company, I was able to sign my first deal. And then I signed the second deal to launch another clothing line. And then eventually leaving to go independent and start my line and open my store. But all through this, every step that I took, I was learning, and there was no YouTube at the time. And now I look at a lot of content creators out there and they give you a lot of great information. There's a lot of great people out there creating content. But at the same time, a lot of them, and most of them I would say, have not been in the industry as long as I've been in, and most of them have not actually physically worked in the industry. A lot of them have started their own lines and just started doing stuff and started selling, but never worked in the industry. So that's where my angle of launching this channel came from, because I realized I have a very unique set of skills, something that you can't get from just, watching a bunch of people on YouTube. I've actually experienced this. I went through it. So that was my reason for starting this channel. And then eventually, after starting the channel and teaching, FIT asked me to write a course based off of this YouTube channel. And it became one of the most successful courses in our department. And of course, that sparked me to write a book, which was the reason why content kind of drifted off last year. I wasn't doing as much content last year because I spent a lot of time writing the book. And it took a lot of time because it was a lot of research and just correcting everything. And then finally the book dropped at the beginning of this year. And then I got back into making content, which now, as you guys have been seeing, I drop content weekly. And we fell off big time because when I look at my numbers, we had videos 24,000, 20,000 views. And now we're only in the hundreds, because again, we fell out of rhythm with the algorithm. And, we're just getting things back on track. But I'm back doing the videos. And again, you guys send me so many comments. And I try to respond to each and every one of you. And I appreciate that. And that's what motivates me to do this content, because it's the information I give you guys and the appreciation you guys show for me giving you this information. Which brings me now to the second topic of where I see this channel going and where I'm trying to get it to go. So while I'm creating all this content for you guys, I'm looking at the bigger picture and I'm trying to see what it is that I really want to accomplish with this channel. And one of the things I've always wanted to do is that besides just helping you guys in the sense of giving you guys videos, I also want to help you all individually. I've always said that I wanted to be able to help people with their clothing brands and just help them get them to a point where they're good and then let them go off and do their thing and help the next person. Now, you guys know I do consultations. I put that in the description in every episode, and people pay for my consultations. Many of you have done that. And I know you guys have enjoyed it because I've seen your reviews and you've said great things about me, which I appreciate and thank you all for, which allows me, again, to keep making content and keep having you guys come back asking for more consultations from me. But I don't want to charge for consultations. I don't want to do that. I want to freely help, those out there who need help with their brands, because I'm at a point in my life where I'm comfortable, not rich by any means. I'm nowhere near rich, but at the end of the day, I'm happy. I'm content with my life. I make what I need to make and be comfortable, and I can live the rest of my life like that. But my goal also was to help people. I always just wanted to be able to help people and help them with their brands and help them avoid what I'm going through, more on a one-on-one. So it got me thinking about the future of this channel and where I wanted to go with it. So I came up with this idea of the 100K gain. And the 100K gain is something that I want you all to help me with. And the goal is to help this channel get to 100,000 subscribers. If I can get this channel to 100,000 subscribers, I feel or believe that theoretically, if it gets that high, this channel should be generating enough money that I can now focus on not charging for consultation, but being able to work with individual brands, small, independent brands. I don't want to work with, if I'm working with big brands, they're going to pay. I'm charging them. But for the smaller person who's out there just trying to get their, just get their first t-shirt out the door or whatever it is, I want to work with them. And I don't want to charge. I just want to work with you guys. Now, I know there are other, content creators that have way more than 100,000 followers, and they give you some information and then they tell you, oh, go sign up for this course that we're doing and you'll learn more, and then you keep paying money and you do all that. That's not me. I don't want to do that. I don't want to charge extra for other things. I want to just help you. Again, 100,000 followers means a lot of people will be coming at me asking for help, and I'm not going to be able to help everybody on a one-on-one, but I would rather be able to help, maybe every month, just pick a different brand and just help them get started, and just do that every month, get in a new brand, helping them to get started, and then get them moved out the door and help another company, another new brand. Also being able to just say, I'll do webinars, free webinars where you guys can ask questions and I can try to answer those questions for you all. Anything that I don't have to charge you guys, because 100K followers, if this channel is making money, that's YouTube paying me. So why should I have to charge you now for the information that they're paying me to give you guys? I'm making this content. I should be able to tell you guys what's going on. Again, I'm comfortable. I'm happy with my life. And a little extra money would help a lot. But again, why should you have to pay for this knowledge that I've spent my entire life working for? When my time has come to pass along or pass on, that information is gone. But it can live on through you guys, through videos and everything else. But also, what I also want to do is I want to expand the channel. I want to start our podcast show. Now, before I started YouTube, I had a podcast show called the Homeroom Podcast Show. It's actually still available on iHeartRadio and on Apple iTunes on their podcast. You can find it there. It was a different type of show where it wasn't talking about starting clothing lines or anything like that. It was more a one-on-one where I interviewed people, both famous and not famous, how they, growing up in Brooklyn, living in Brooklyn, what their lives were like. That's what the podcast show was about. And again, I did that before I started a YouTube channel. But I want to bring that back, but in a different format. I want to bring that back now where I bring on other brands and I'm able to ask them questions or ask them questions that you may have and talk about how they started their brands. Because I feel if you have more of that, seeing an actual brand that is just starting or maybe only been around 3 to 5 years, they can talk to things that you may be going through right now. And I think a podcast like that would help greatly. So I want to do that. But as you know, It costs money to do podcast shows because you got to rent, the space, the equipment. And I want to do that. I want to bring that to this platform. So this is the reason why I made this video today, to talk about the 100K game. So if you all out there will tell a friend to tell a friend of what we're trying to do and accomplish here, and spread the word, pass this video along, let's try to get this channel to 100K. Because if we can get it to 100K, then I don't have to charge you guys for consultations, and I can start spreading this knowledge more freely to more people and help, individuals like yourselves one-on-one. Again, can't help everybody one-on-one, but I can start reaching out to different groups of you that reach out to me and pick someone each month to work with, and then also do the webinars. That's the goal. That's the plan. So that was the purpose of today's video. I'm sorry if you were hoping for one of my traditional videos. I will drop another one of those this week in lieu of this one, so you don't feel like you got shortchanged or anything. But again, I want to focus on this 100K game. So help us get to that number, and let's see what we can do together. All right, so until the next video, guys, I'll catch you on the next video. All right, peace.